Om Shanti. Good morning and a Merry Christmas to everyone. We all were listening to this song, and today's Murli, the original date of the Murli is 15th December 2004, is all about giving good wishes and taking good wishes, which is Bab Dada's hope. Am I clearly audible, Ami Ben?
Yes, you are.
Yes, Rakiben.
Okay. Title of today's Murli is Bab Dada's special hope is that each of you children gives good wishes and receives good wishes. Today, Bab Dada was looking at the gathering of all his carefree emperors in all directions. This royal gathering only exists at this time in the whole cycle because you stay in spiritual intoxication. You are carefree emperors, Befikr Badshah. Now, how are we Befikr Badshah is what Baba is speaking about further here. When you wake up in the morning, you are carefree. Whilst walking, moving around, and performing actions, you are carefree. And when you are sleeping, you sleep in a carefree state. You experience this, do you not? So let's pause for a few seconds and experience our own experience. Each one of us experience all of this that Baba just spoke about. Are you carefree? Have you become this? Or are you becoming this? You have become this, have you not? You are carefree and emperors. You are the carefree emperors, masters of the self who rule over your physical organs. That is, you have self sovereignty. So, such a gathering is only of you children. Do you have any worries? आपको कोई चिंता है? Are there any worries? And Baba is further telling why you don't have any worries. This is because you have given all your worries to the Father. So all the burden has been removed, has it not? Worries are finished. You have become carefree emperors and you are experiencing this invaluable life. The light of purity is automatically sparkling on everyone's head. Because as we became Brahmin children, our foundation has been purity, purity in thoughts, words, actions, deeds. There is a crown of light on those who are carefree. If you are worrying about anything, if you are carrying any burden with yourself, do you know what appears on your head? The baskets of burden, potter's basket come on your head. Therefore, just think, just visualize is what Baba is talking about further. He says, bring both the crown and the basket in front of you. And now check, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the basket or the crown of light? Speak teachers, which do you like? You like the crown, do you not? You are the emperors who rule all the physical organs. Purity enables you to adopt a crown of light, and this is why a double crown is shown in the memorial of your non living images. So we'll see there is a crown that's been shown on all Devi Devta's head. So Baba is referring the non living images to the deities. From the Copper Age, many have become emperors and many have become kings, but none have become double crowned. No one has become a carefree emperor, a master of the self, because the power of purity makes you a conqueror of Maya and a conqueror of the physical organs. It makes you victorious. The sign of a carefree emperor is that he is always content with himself and also makes others content. So वो खुद भी संतुष्ट है और दूसरों को भी संतुष्ट करता है. There is never any lack of attainment to make him discontented. Where there is a lack of attainment, there is discontentment. Where there is attainment, there is contentment. Have you become like this? Check yourself. Am I always an embodiment of all attainments and always content? So let's take this as a homework point for us and check, am I always an embodiment of all attainments and always content? There is the praise. There is nothing lacking in the treasure store of not the deities, but the Brahmins. So while I was reading this line, what I was getting was, why is Baba talking about that there is nothing lacking in the treasure store of not the deities, but the Brahmins? What I was getting for myself is, we get direct sustenance and knowledge from the Father in this Sangam Yuga. And therefore, the treasure store is full for we Brahmins. Contentment is the elevated decoration of life. It has great value. So, you are contented souls, are you not? Babdada is pleased to see such carefree emperor children. Wah, my carefree emperors, wah, you are wonderful, are you not? Those who are carefree, raise your hands. Are you carefree? You do not worry about anything? Is there a little worry sometimes? No, it is good. The method to become carefree is very easy. Let's read further and see what is this easy method. It is not difficult. There is the difference of just one letter. It is so easy. That letter is transform mine, Mera, into yours, that's Tera. It is not mine, but yours. So any situation, any time in our life, when we say, it's all yours, Baba, and we surrender ourselves to Baba, that is where this is possible. So when you write Mera and Tera in Hindi language, then the difference is just the M and T. And that's what Baba meant when he said the difference is only of one word. But it makes so much difference. So Are all of you those who say mine or those who say yours? Have you transformed mine into yours? If you have not done this, then do so. So let's take this as another point of homework today to give away one thing which is mine, which I still consider to be mine, to the Almighty as yours. Because nothing is mine. Even this life is given by the Almighty. To say mine means to be a servant, to be unhappy. You become servants of Maya, and so of course you will become unhappy. Unhappiness means to become servants of Maya. So you are conquerors of Maya, not servants of Maya. If unhappiness comes, and it does come, because you have had the practice of being unhappy for 63 births, then you taste it. So Baba is acknowledging and telling us that unhappiness may come at times. Why? Because the old sanskars of 63 birth emerges sometimes. And we have had that taste of unhappiness for 63 births. So it may show up. But if you are carefree emperor, then you will be agile about it, catch yourself, and change yourself. So it sometimes emerges. What has Babdada therefore said? That each one of you children is a carefree emperor. If even now you have kept some worry somewhere in a corner, then give it away. A lot of homework points today. Today being a Saturday and a long weekend, I'm sure each one of us can find time and take up one area where there is some kind of worry still sitting and clean up that. Why do you keep a burden on yourself? Is it that you have developed the habit of keeping a burden? Since the Father is telling you, give him the burden and make yourself light, double light. Is it better to be double light or to carry a burden? Baba is asking us and asking us to choose, what do we want? Do we want being a double light or do we want a burden on our head? So check yourself very carefully. When you wake up at Amrit Vela, check especially in your subconscious that you do not have any burdens at the present time. Let alone the subconscious, there should not be any experience of a burden even in your dreams. You prefer to be double light, do you not? So, Baba is especially giving you this homework to check yourself at Amrit Vela. You know how to check? Do you not? However, together with checking, do not just check, but also change. Change mine into yours. Mine, yours. So check and change because, as Babdada is repeatedly telling you, look at both the time and the self. And in this week's, most of the Murlis, Baba has asked us to check on the speed of our Purushat. And the same thing he's mentioning here. Look at the speed of time and the speed of the self. Then afterwards, do not say that you were not even aware of it and time passed by so fast. Some children think that even if their effort is a little slack now, they will make it fast by the end. However, it is the practice over a long period of time that will be helpful at the end. Become emperors and see this. You have become this, but others have not. We are moving along, we are doing it. We will become complete. You must not now be walking or be doing, but flying. You now need the flying speed. You have received wings, have you not? Everyone has received wings of zeal and enthusiasm and courage, and you also have the Father's blessing. Do you remember the blessing? You take one step of courage and you receive 1,000 steps of help from the Father. एक कदम आपका और 1,000 कदम आपको बाप का साथ मिलेगा. Because the Father has love for you children in his heart, he says, you take one step and I'll give you a support and a help of 1,000 steps. Just have courage to take that one step. So the Father cannot bear to see the children he loves laboring. Stay lost in love and the labor will end. मोहब्बत में मेहनत नहीं लगती. So the moment you have love, there'll be no labor. Is it that you like making effort? You have become tired. You have been wandering around for 63 births, and by wandering around and laboring, you became tired. And because of love, instead of your wandering around, the Father had made you into the masters of 3 thrones. You know the 3 thrones. You not only know them, but you reside on them. You are seated on the immortal throne. You are seated on Bapdada's heart throne, and you will also be seated on the future royal throne. So these 3 thrones that Baba is talking about is sitting in Bapdada's heart. He's talking about each soul is in a journey and it's always Amar hai. That's what he's mentioning here. And the 3rd throne is the royal throne in which each Brahmin child will sit in Satyug. So Babdada is seeing all his children seated on the throne. You won't be able to experience such a hard throne in the whole cycle. What do you Pandavas think? Are you emperors? You are raising your hands. Do not let go of your throne. When you become body conscious, it means you step in the mud. This body is also mud. Whereas when you remain seated on the throne, you become emperors. Badada is checking the chart of effort of all the children and seeing where each one of you has reached in all 4 subjects. Which are these 4 subjects? Gyan, Yog, Dharna, or Seva. So, Badada checked the chart of each child to see to what extent each of you has accumulated all the treasures that Babdada has given. So, Babdada checked your account of accumulation. The Father has given equal treasure to all. He has given the same amount to everyone. He has not given less to some and more to others. What is the sign of accumulating treasures? You know about the treasures, do you not? The greatest treasure is the treasure of elevated thoughts. So let's underline this. The greatest treasure is the treasure of elevated thoughts. Thoughts are also a treasure. So it is a great treasure at the present time because whatever you want to attain, whatever blessings you want to receive, to the extent that you wish to make yourself elevated, you are able to do that at this time. If not now, then never. To waste the treasure of your thoughts means to waste your attainments. Similarly, to waste even 1 second of your time, if that is not used in a worthwhile way, then you have lost a lot. Together with that, there are the treasures of knowledge, virtues, and powers. There is also the treasure of good wishes from every soul and from God. The easiest thing of all in your efforts is to give good wishes and receive good wishes. Give happiness and receive happiness. Do not cause sorrow and do not take sorrow. ना दुख देना है ना दुख लेना है. Do not think that you did not cause sorrow, for if you even take sorrow, you would be unhappy, would you not? So sometimes we say that if the other person is angry, I did not get angry, but even in my thoughts, if I have this question that why this person behaved with me in such a way, is where I'm bringing some part of unhappiness in myself. Baba is today telling, don't even take unhappiness. Come in your soul conscious form and use your treasures of knowledge, virtues, and powers at that moment. So give good wishes, give happiness, and receive happiness. Do you know how to give good wishes? Do you know? Do you also know how to receive them? Those who know how to give and receive good wishes, raise your hands. Acha, all of you know? All of you know it? Acha. Do the double foreigners know? Congratulations. Congratulations for knowing how to give and receive good wishes. Congratulations to everyone. If you know how to receive and how to give, what more do you need? Continue to give good wishes and continue to receive them, and you will become complete. What will you do if someone sends you bad wishes? Will you take them? If someone gives you bad wishes, what will you do? Will you take them? Just consider, if you take those bad wishes, will there be cleanliness in yourself? Bad wishes are something bad, is it not? If you take them into yourself, then there would not be, sorry, if you take them into yourself, then there would not be that cleanliness in yourself anymore, would there? If the slightest defect remains, you won't be able to become perfect. If someone gives you something that is spoiled, would you take it? If someone gives you someone very beautiful but rotten fruit, would you take it? Would you take it or not? Or would you say it is good and you have given it? Whenever anyone gives bad wishes, do not imbibe that in your mind. You understand that those are bad wishes, and so do not imbibe those bad wishes in yourself, for otherwise it will become a defect. So, this year, and there are a few more days left of this old year, make a determined thought in your heart. So, we just have 6 days left for the new year to begin. So, let's keep practicing this of giving good wishes and not taking any sorrows. Even now, if there are any bad wishes for anyone in your mind, then remove them. And from tomorrow, only give good wishes and receive good wishes. Do you agree with this? Do you like it? Is it that you just like it, or are you also going to do it? You like it. But those of you who think that you have to do it, that no matter what happens, you have to do it, raise your hands. You have to do it. All the loving and cooperative souls who have come today, raise your hands. Those who have come for the first time, acha, all of you are sitting in one line. Bap Dada is congratulating all you loving and cooperative souls who have come because you are cooperative. You are also loving. However, today you have taken one more step and have come to the Father's home, that is, to your home. So, congratulations for coming home. Acha, do all you loving and cooperative souls who have come think that you will give good wishes and receive good wishes? Are you considering this? Do you have this courage? All the loving and cooperative souls who will maintain courage and receive help, raise your hands high. Acha. Then you will also become complete. Congratulations. If you are a regular godly student, even if you have come to meet Bab Dada for the first time in this Brahmin life, and you consider yourself to be a Brahmin, a regular student, if you think that you have to do this, then raise your hands. Will you give good wishes and receive good wishes? Will you do this? Are the teachers raising their hands? Those sitting in the cabin are not raising their hands. They think that they are always giving good wishes. You now have to do this. No matter what happens, maintain courage. Have the determined thought. If there is ever an influence of bad wishes, then give tenfold more good wishes and finish that influence. Reduce the influence of one bad wish with tenfold good wishes, and you will then have courage. A nice yukti that Baba has given how to come out of any bad wishes. After all, it is you who incurs the loss. The other person gives bad wishes and goes away, but if someone imbibes those bad wishes, who experiences sorrow? I'm sure each one of us have experienced this reflection point that Baba is bringing right now. The one who takes or the one who gives? The one who gives does experience sorrow, but the one who receives experiences greater sorrow. The one who is giving is careless. Today, Baba is especially telling you about his heart's desire. Bab Dada has one desire for each of you children. Whether you are from this land or from abroad, or even if you are a cooperative soul, because even the cooperative souls have received the introduction. Since you have received the introduction, you should also experience some attainment through that introduction. So, Bapdada's desire is that every child should continue to give good wishes, continue to accumulate an account of good wishes as much as you want, because however many good wishes you collect and accumulate at this time, to that extent, you will be able to give blessings to souls when you become worthy of worship. It is not just at this time that you have to give blessings. You also have to give blessings to the devotees from the copper age onwards. So you have to accumulate such a stock of blessings. You are the royal children, are you not? Bapdada sees each of you children as one who will become a king. You are no less. Acha. So let's stop today here and we shall continue the remaining part of the Murli on Monday. So we'll go directly to the blessings for today. To all the carefree emperors from all directions, to all the elevated souls who always stay in spiritual intoxication, to the intense effort making souls who always continue to increase their account of accumulation of their treasures, to the elevated server children who serve in all three ways at the same time, Bapdada's love and remembrance, multi million fold love, remembrance, and namaste. From us children, multi million fold love, remembrance, and namaste to Bapdada and Baba. Om Shanti. Let's take few moments of silence and then we will start to reflect on the points of the Murli. We can unmute ourselves and share the reflection points for today.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Shada.
Today, Baba has given so many checking points and also the key areas to focus. He has given us the title as Carefree Emperors, Self-Contented, Be Always Embodiment of all the attainments. It is a indication of carefree emperors. And also Baba said, transform mine into yours, because mine means servant of Maya becomes unhappy. And Baba has again realized make us realization about the three thrones which we have been seated on. The seat of immortal throne, the seat of Baba's heart throne, and the royal throne which is in the future, Satyuga. And very best point Baba has again made us realize that our body consciousness should be closed, because if we are in body consciousness, we are stepping in the mud. So these are the key points which I liked very much. And also give good wishes and blessings to others, but don't take sorrow, because it will merge you again into the sorrowness, or bad wishes will make you, what you can say, reduce your courage to move ahead. Om Shanti.
Very nicely put across, Jata Ben. A few checking points for today. So, what is Baba talking about today? How can we be seated on our future throne? This one, yukti that Baba has spoken about today. Would anybody want to reflect on that?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Today, Babdala has said that we have to accumulate our treasures in such a way of especially of elevated thoughts, that we have should have a stock of blessings that we can give them in the future in Dwapar Yug and Kali Yug.
And how do we do that? Baba, so very nicely put across, Bhavna Ben, and he said in Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga, which form of ours will allow us to give these blessings if we have accumulated?
Our Swaroop of Devi Devta, that is our Pujya Swaroop. We will be becoming worshippers, they are worthy of worship.
Yeah. Very, very true.
And he had said that we have 4 types of treasures, which is our elevated thoughts, knowledge, powers, and virtues.
Yes.
Very beautiful movie. The point which
Sanjivan, we can't hear you. Can you be a little louder?
okay. Good morning. Very beautiful movie. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. The point which actually today in today's movie is Baba has asked us to check and change ourselves in Amrit Vela by looking at the speed of time, right? And he has also asked us to stay in love and your labor will end. These 2 points touch me, and he says when your purity enables you to conquer Maya, and it will enable to rule all the physical organs.
Yes.
Om Shanti. Very beautiful Murli and many takeaway points. But the one point which I would like to share is when Baba talks about have we given him all the burdens, or is there any subtle burden which we are carrying? So one practice which I would be doing today is writing down the things which happened this year and what I learned. And in that, it reflects that a lot of burdens which I have been carrying because of my past sanskars, uh, leads us to react in a certain way. So I would be writing it down, and sorry, not just writing it down, but giving it to Baba, so that I'm able to proceed and start this new year on a fresh note and as a better version of myself. Thank you, sister, for this intoxicating Murli.
Very nicely put across, it was been a reflection point on writing it down. And I would like to share my experience. It was last month on our group when Sharmila Ben was taking a session to become Bapsaman. And she's given us some homework to practice for 51 days to write I am a soul and pick up any two souls in our life where we interact on a daily basis. And no, it's very easy for us to practice all virtues and values with people whom we may not interact on a daily basis, but with those whom we connect on a daily basis, there's always some kind of body consciousness that shows up. So I have taken up that practice from 28th of November. And since today, I had been regular on that, and I am seeing for myself so much of difference. It just makes easily for me to come back to the soul conscious form as and when things otherwise shows up in connection with these few souls who I come in interaction on daily basis. So I agree with you, Apurva, when it's not just about being thought, but also writing in down allows one to clean up the various corners. And Baba speaks about cleaning up those corners of us where there is some kind of dirt still sitting in. So thanks for bringing that point, Apurva sister. And this is the next level of writing that I'm going to be doing today. Inder Bhai, anything for you that you would like to share?
Yeah, I was going to say something and ask a question on the same topic or same area.
Sure.
So give blessings and receive blessings. So that's the big thing. And the holiday of Christmas is big in India, just like a Diwali in India. In the US, Christmas versus Diwali in India. So a lot of people, do a lot of volunteer work. People give over here. So it's kind of tradition in a way. Like, if you have a person who does your hair and all that, haircut and all that, you always give some donations to those people because, that kind of stuff. So my question would be simply on that kind of stuff. That people who deliver a newspaper, who are pick up the, the trash and all that, from the households and everything. This is a habit of this country that people do. And when they say thank you, or I say thank you to somebody, will that be considered blessings or not blessings?
What do you think? And any reflection point that others would want to share?
Shanti, what I feel is if we say thank you, it should be from the depth of the heart, or only not for the time being or the purpose, fulfill the purpose. Once we have been benefited, or once we have been very uh, fulfilled or happy with the relation or the context, we need to give blessings through saying thank you or welcome. So this is also a form of giving good wishes and blessings too, I feel. Om Shanti.
Adding on
Thank you.
to what you said, Sujata Ben, in answering your question, Inder Bhai, when our thought and our words are aligned, the thank you will also bring a lot of happiness to the other soul. And by doing that, there would be definitely a space of giving good wishes. That's what I see.
And I understand and I agree with that. I can do that for myself, but I cannot say when somebody else says that to me, for example, I don't know if they are aligned or not. That I don't know. I can align myself, giving blessings or saying thank you. I can understand that. But to me, I can assume that they're thinking the same way. Like you said, if the happiness on their face when they say it, that means there's something good, coming out from them. That's all. So thank you. I really appreciate it. Om
Thank
Shanti.
you for bringing that point. And as you said, you don't know what the other soul is thinking, but when somebody is thanking you from the depth of our heart, if you were no, if you in context, or if I from my context, when somebody is giving me thank you, I accept it and thank him or acknowledge him.
Yes,
With whatever the other person thinks is something which is not in my control, but I can always keep my state of mind to the stable space without thinking what the other person is thinking and what he wishes to do. That's not something which is going to be in my control.
correct. Understand.
So
Guri,
just
thank you.
being there and taking care of my own thoughts, actions, and deeds, as Baba always says, Swapurshat.
Yes.
Look at self transformation as the first point to begin with. Thank you for bringing that.
Okay, thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Ami Ben, what's for you?
It's a season of festival. Means Christmas is there. So let's give good wishes to everyone in the end of this year and begin with this new year with good wishes only. And whatever bad influence you've got in this year, forget the bad and think of the new which is going to come. So I just wish everyone a happy season for the year and the new coming year. That's all. Om Shanti.
Move on to meditation.
Yes, please. I think so.
Yes,
Sumaran Bhai wants to speak because he's
yes,
unmuting.
go ahead. He's unmuted.
Okay. Okay. Then we'll move on towards
Play some
meditation. I'll
music.
put on.
So it'll be 2 minutes reflection music. And today let's reflect on those various checking points that Baba is talking about. The first one that we will check, let each one of us check for ourselves. How much of mine is still sitting with me? And let's give away that mine to yours, to Baba. And take this 2 minutes as my meeting with the Almighty and have this conversation. And after 2 minutes, we will close the session. So, Amiben, you can put this music. Om Shanti. Before we close today's session, there's an announcement. Tomorrow we're going to be reflecting back on 4 Murlis that we read on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and today. That's going to be a reflection session that is happening tomorrow. So request each one of you to go through those Murlis if it works, and also sit with a paper and a pen tomorrow morning so that we can have a fruitful discussion on the same. Have a wonderful day, giving blessings and receiving blessings, and we meet tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om
You all
Shanti.
nice holiday.
Merry Christmas to all of you.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Merry Christmas to